So let's look at another time speed distance question, which is categorized under medium category in the official GMAT. So Carl averaged 2 miles per hour on a trip, which had ideally taken him H hours, and ideally it took Ruth 2 by 3 of H hours to complete the same distance or the same trip, and we have been asked what was the speed at which Ruth had traveled. So here again, it's a combination of numbers and alphabets. So we have two methods to solve it. Either we can directly substitute this number alphabet combination in our known equations and then arrive at the answer. That is one way of solving it. The other way is to plug in values for the alphabets here and then substitute the same in your results and see which of the answer options matches with what result you get, and then that would ideally be the solution. So we'll look at both these methods. So in method 1, we know that the speed of Carl was 2m miles per hour. So I take that SE is 2m and the R he took was h hours. Now we know that distance is equal to speed into time. So ideally speed is 2m and hours taken is h. So we get 2mh is the distance covered. Now Ruth took the same trip, which means he covered the same distance of 2mh, but he covered it in 2 by 3 hours. So now we know that the distance and the time. So speed is distance by time. So you divide 2mh by 2 by 3 into h. So ideally you get the answer to be 3m. So which is option E. So this is one way of solving it. The second way is to plug in values for h and m. So ideally I have plugged in h is equal to 3, and that is because Ruth takes 2 by 3 into h. So if I substitute a multiple of 3 for h, then I would ideally get a whole number instead of 2 by 3 h. So which is the reason why I had taken h is equal to 3, and m I took it to be a simpler value of 1. So now considering that Carl's speed was 2m, so if I substitute m is 1, we get Carl averaged at 2 miles per hour, and it took him 3 hours. So ideally the distance he covered was 2 miles per hour into 3 hours, which is 6 miles. So Ruth took the same trip, so he covered 6 miles, but he took it in 2 hours, which is 2 by 3 into 3. So I have substituted h is equal to 3. So he took ideally 2 hours to complete 6 miles. So his speed was 3 miles per hour, which is dividing your 6 by 2. So now uh, you will have to plug in the value of m and h in each of those options, and you will have to see which of those option gives you the answer of 3 miles per hour, and that is ideally your answer. So substituting all this across, we see that option E gives us the right answer of 3. So in both these methods you get the same solution. So the answer is option E, 3m.